It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-Commerce Minute, episode 607.
In today's episode, Zappos launches goods for good.
It can get downright exhausting navigating the plethora of products offered across the internet in search of those dedicated to charitable initiatives, sustainability, and vegan lifestyles. Before, it was a matter of searching to discover those hidden brands, but now, as environmental consciousness continues to grow and brands follow suit, it's more about organizing all of these options. And that's where Zappos comes in. Zappos.com, the customer service company that also sells shoes, clothing, and more, has introduced Goods for Good, a new purpose-driven customer experience that makes it easier and more convenient than ever to shop across eco-friendly brands. Within Goods for Goods, shoppers can purchase products from 150-plus brands, such as Fall Raven, Tentree, and Native Shoes, and read the stories behind each brand's charitable and sustainability initiatives. The goods will be separated into a few separate categories. Vegan products constructed without animal parts or processing components synthesized from animal parts like glue. Give back products that have some community impact, including brands that make donations based on product sales or involvement with community activism, and sustainably certified products that have been qualified by an industry certifying organization with at least one industry standard for environmental or socioeconomic impact. They're also offering an organic products category composed of organic cotton and other materials with a lower environmental impact, as well as recycled materials made entirely or in part from recycled materials such as water bottles. Studies continue to find consumers, especially members of the Gen Z and millennial demographic, are seeking out brands for sustainable and ethical reasons, and will continue to see brands to do more to fit consumers' growing needs. And the site is zappos.com/e/goods-for-good. We'll have that in the show notes.
Oh my gosh. That was a journey.
That is a journey. That can't be right. No. Oh, yeah, it is. Good for good. Okay, then.
So subliminal. Like, what does it mean?
What?
So just go to whatever podcast method you use. Most of them will have clickable hyperlinks. We'll have that in the show notes, which are in the descriptions of each of our podcasts. Anyway.
Oh, why would you do that?
I don't know. Weird.
A company that's owned by Amazon, why would you do that?
No, it's so not
E/goods.
user-friendly. Who
Because
stuck
it
that
was
in there?
Well, the problem is they just kind of like went, well, hey, we can just do these categories and just click them off. And,
Let's put a directory up. Okay, fine.
And let's put this as a PR thing. Okay, great.
This is true.
Anyway.
So this is a great thing. What can you say? It's basically a sub-site on Zappos. Got a nice header on there. It's got a holiday gift guide. And then you can look and very quickly check all the categories, new arrivals, vegan, sustainably certified, recycled, organic, and give back products. And then there's some featured brand stories on here, which is really great if you're looking to shop in this sort of fashion. I give this a thumbs up.
I think it's cool. I think it's just what we're going to start to see.
Yes.
This is going to be popping up everywhere.
Yeah, I think Zappos is very smart for doing this. They're ahead. They are riding the trend, which will hopefully not be a trend anymore and just be the way we do business. But again, big thumbs up to
John,
Zappos. Goods for Good.
If I had a bell, I'd give it to you.
Here's a bell right here.
Because you're so right. I love this. And yeah, like it's getting harder to organize these companies that are doing all this good stuff. I think it's just like such a demand that we didn't even know we had, but once they filled the demand, we're like, oh my gosh.
That's just it's consumer awareness, especially you youngins, the young folk. Thank God. Hopefully maybe some of you will save the planet.
Yeah, I know. Zappos is going to save the planet.
So a lot of other brands follow suit. Nordstrom launched a sustainable style site recently featuring brands sorted on whether they are sustainably sourced, are responsibly manufactured, or give back through charities. And in August of this year, 2019, 32 companies, including some of the biggest names in luxury, activewear, fast fashion, and retail, signed the G7 Fashion Pact, And it was a broad-based coalition of private sector companies to help reduce global warming. Retail signatories included Gap, Nike, H&M Group, Zara parent company Intedex, Selfridges, Galeries Lafayette, and Nordstrom. So that's pretty cool.
That's why H&M are going to beat Forever 21. This is exactly why H&M are going to beat Forever 21.
Yeah, and H&M gets a lot of press for a lot of sustainable stuff they do. And a lot of it is just like, oh, we made a shirt out of soda bottles. And then they'll put a press release out about it. Or what was the thing? They had the banana, pineapples. There was one company that was making the clothing out of pineapple leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Okay, so you get the initial buzz, but I think people really, again, price will always get in the way of a purchase, whether it's I'm going to purchase this or I'm going to purchase that. Price is always going to be a factor, and a lot of the sustainable stuff, unfortunately, is still a bit spendy. But I think as manufacturing practices change and things become more commonplace, a lot of this stuff will come down, and I think that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. My graduation dress was a recycled dress from H&M.
Really?
Yeah, they get suckers like me with that kind of stuff. They really do. I will expose myself. I am that sucker who saw it in the window, and I literally went in and was like, oh, what? I'm a good person.
I'm a good person.
Did you tell everyone at the prom too?
Oh my God, yeah.
Hey, Brittany, I love your dress. Did you know it was recycled?
Recycle.
Oh my God.
I mean, that was like last year, so.
Yeah, this is recent. This is very recent. But yeah, so good for these companies.
So you have some notes here about Zappos, some of their other charitable things. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
They organize holiday meal services in partnership with the Salvation Army. And so beyond just offering basic handouts, they actually have entire holiday festivals with petting zoos, with llamas and camels and stuff like that. So families also have an affordable thing that they could do with their kids. So Zappos for Good is pretty cool. They also launched its prom closet program in 2013, which is another thing that I think we're going to see popping up more is prom consignment, because prom dresses are a huge waste. But so basically Zappos plays fairy godmother to local teens in need, and they turned the plaza at its headquarters into a one-stop prom emporium that offers free used and new dresses and tuxes, shoes and accessories, as well as hair and makeup services provided by local professionals, which
that's
is
pretty cool.
So cool. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
that's
cool.
Ongoing?
Yeah, it launched in 2013 and it's still going. God, I feel like something that nobody talks about is how disadvantaged people around prom they miss out, and there needs to be more things like Zappos prom closet. But again, I won't even get into that. But
I have an idea for proms. Let's just eliminate proms.
I know, right? Prom. I'll get into that.
We'll save that for another show.
Yeah, we'll save that.
I have some specific thoughts, but go ahead.
Me too. They also, which is one of my favorite things because it has nothing to do with Zappos really, and it just goes to show that their bottom line is actually helping. They have Paw-A-Days, which is a pet adoption program started in 2015.
But wait, before you continue, you have to, it's spelled Pawlidyz, Paw-A-Days. Go ahead.
And so they kind of through their website and stuff like that, just tell you about pets available for adoption locationally. And they also have kids on campus farmers markets and a new program called Closets for Good that builds nooks full of clothing and food in schools, which, I mean, the fact that children are in debt at school and can't afford food.
Don't get me started on that lunch debt thing. That's
same. Zappos just knows where they're needed. That's the thing about Zappos that I'm realizing when we're talking about these charities. They really know what specific sectors of the world are in need, and school lunches are definitely one of them. Proms are definitely one of them. Christmas holiday services are definitely one of them too. So I think Zappos is doing a really good job having their finger on the pulse of what consumers are needing, despite the fact that they're quote unquote a customer service brand that also sells shoes and
Bart, you're a big Tony Hsieh fan. That's how you say his name, right?
Yep.
Do they still have that weird distributed management thing going on at Zappos? What's that called?
They've been
What is that called?
Holistic
Zappos.
Tory thingy.
Let me just look up the word. It's called holacracy and self-organization. Go ahead. So do they still have that?
I think he's changing it a little bit. But he definitely has he has a big ginormous space in Vegas now with a whole bunch of Airstreams that you can hang out with him.
Oh my gosh.
That's where he lives.
Oh my gosh.
Tony Hsieh is definitely an interesting man.
Interesting cat, but he's done a lot for downtown Las Vegas, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
He's invested a lot of money. He's done a lot of things down there.
Yep.
Pretty cool. So the holacracy thing is basically there's no bosses and rejects traditional workplace hierarchy, job titles, and other staples of the traditional workplace.
Oh my God.
So no one has a boss, and you can basically just run your own thing. And the problem with that is that there's certain types of people that cannot work under that type of environment. And I think they made a broad assumption that, it's going to be great for everybody. But you know what? Some people need bosses. That's just the bottom line.
I feel like, is this what Adam Newman wanted? And then he added tequila? Just add tequila.
Adam Newman wanted to run the world eventually. So
that's true.
You know.
And in today's news, somebody's writing a script for a TV or a movie thing.
Oh well, that thing writes itself.
Yeah, it does.
You're going to see a lot of mini-series and Netflix and made-for-TV movies about WeWork. Oh, it's going to be something.
Hey, producers, if you're listening, can you please cast me as Adam Newman's wife in the production you're making? Because I can turn that out. I could literally turn it out and be so good.
She's a weird chick, man.
Yeah, that would be so funny to play, right?
What is she, Gwyneth Paltrow's cousin or something?
Twice removed.
No, it's not. It's actually her cousin.
That's her cousin.
Yep.
Well, the apple does not fall from the goop tree.
It does not.
All right, I'm going to tell you about today's sponsor, Sumo Heavy. That's us. We publish a weekly newsletter. It's filled with our latest blog posts, e-commerce news and tips, as well as e-commerce events and job listings. And we've also got a great feature in there called Our Latest Obsession, which is our one favorite thing we found in our travels on the internet that week. Each jam-packed email drops in your doorstep, right on your doorstep, your email doorstep at 8 a.m. every Friday, hot and fresh. Just open it up, let it sit for a minute, let it cool down, then read it. You don't want to burn your eyeballs because it's amazing.
It's spicy.
Don't get left out. Go right now to bit.ly/Sumo Heavy Newsletter. That's bit.ly/Sumo Heavy Newsletter. Once you're there, you can subscribe and you can also read all the past issues. So go there right now, bit.ly/Sumo Heavy Newsletter. And we also publish some opinion pieces on Medium. We've probably mentioned in the last few podcasts. Our girl Brittany here, she writes some of these opinion pieces for us, and we put them on Medium, but we also publish them into our newsletter. Her most recent one is called The High Cost of Fast Fashion. If you go in the newsletter, you can check it out, or just search Medium for The High Cost of Fast Fashion. Great article. It's 17 million words of Brittany talking about fast.
Whoa, we got to 17 million already?
It's up to 17 million words. She had some hot takes. All right, we're going to close this one up with stat time. If I can find the right article.
The Sumo Heavy Newsletter. We've got issues.
All right, I'm going to put that in. All right, we're going to close with a little stat time. A January survey of U.S. consumers by information technology firm CGS found 47% would pay more for a sustainable product. That's an interesting stat. That's according to Retail Wire. Accenture's 14th annual survey exploring purpose-led brands found that globally, 63% of consumers prefer to buy goods and services from companies that stand for a shared purpose that reflects their personal values and beliefs and are ditching those that don't. Also courtesy Retail Wire. And as many as 68% of Gen Z shoppers made an eco-friendly purchase in 2018, according to CGS. That's from Retail Touchpoints. Finally, 36% of Gen Z shoppers say they would spend at least 25% more on sustainable products and apparel, with another 6% saying they would spend 50% more, according to data from Maker Sites. And that's also courtesy of Retail Touchpoints. So all the data is there. Marketers, e-commerce, shop owners, manufacturers, you know where the money is. Go for the sustainable, market to them Gen Zs, and then take all that money to the bank. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.